Hi guys, welcome back to the channel, welcome to Mancbuses. I'm Jordan if you've not been here before, and this is what I'm stood on is Project 114, which is a Dennis Dart SLF from Rosendale Transport. Now, the problems of starting it has been an issue, however we've been given some information that might help. However, I've got a feeling I might need to move the bus first because there is currently a small lake where I need to be, I think. Let's go out and have a look, and we'll see if we need to move the bus forward to actually be able to do where we need to be. So I want to be there. So yeah, what we'll do is we'll move it forward, we'll put it on a block, and then from there I can do what I need to do, which I'll explain when we come to it, and then go from there. So ignition on, pump on, low air pressure, yeah, we know. Oh, it's beautiful weather for a duck out here. Oh, I left that out last time. Oh well. But the bonnet doesn't go up very far, but at least it's dry under it, and we press down. And then it stalls, and we'll try it again. Come on. Start, wasn't it? Well, let's let the air pressure build up. It builds quite quickly on this bus. You can see we've got Air 1, Air 2 built up already. It's just a case of waiting for the handbrake tank to build, and then we should be golden then. About that far forward. Well, this is fine here to work on, so there, that should do. We'll get this air built up. I'll tell you something, you can hear me over that alarm. Sorry, headphone users. It doesn't like it cold, that's for sure. Chugging away at the back. But it's not too smoky. I mean, I can see it in the mirror. Look out the back, you can see it, but it should clear up after we do this fix, hopefully. So, ooh, the rain's easing off a bit. So now with it up in the air, what we're doing today is this sediment bowl I've been told to get rid of, and I can see why it's pretty much, well, it's knackered. So this fuel line here, this one here, is going to go into this one here directly. Might take a little bit of jigging about, but I'm sure we can do it. And then hopefully it might run a little bit better. We shall see. Lesson quickly learned, that's hot. Very bloody hot. So this fuel line off, that one off. I forgot a bloody oh, I won't need a spanner, will I? till we're finished. So we might have a little bit of diesel coming out because that's going to be full of diesel. Let me just see if the thing is either too big. Too big. Cut this off. So right. So that pipe needs to go into that one. And you know what? I do have a short-term fix. Short term, I mean short term fix, to see if it actually does improve the bus. But I will have to get a proper fix. I'll live that long, that is. So this pipe should actually fit over. Yes, it does. That pipe. So that pipe, then plumb it. Oh, it's horrible today. Absolutely horrible. Plumbed into there like that. And he's retracting back a little bit. Cable tie to help. Right. No going back after this now. Not without a new pipe. Before I forget and make a complete cock up, let's put these on. Ram that in as far as it goes, and that as far as it goes. Should make a connection. It's just a small job of doing these up. So more incorrect tools for the job, but at this point I'm that flipping wet and horrible. I don't care now. Right. Right, so that's that pipe gripped. That ain't coming out of there. So that's now removed this sediment bowl here. As you can see, it's full of crud. So let's take the tools from under the bus, go prime it with the lift pump, because this line is now empty, and see where we get to. Who knows, we might have got somewhere. Oh, I am absolutely soaked. Right, so in here there is a lift pump. Let me just get it open. So, oh, it's nice and warm in here. Just down here, you see here, there's a little lever on the bottom. You pump that until it won't pump any further. And that should lift fuel from the tank up to the pump. And as we don't have a bowl to fill, I think that might be it, you know. Well, only one way to find out, isn't there, ladies and gentlemen? Let's go press start and see if it will fire up into life. So, battery master on, ignition on, so all the dials come on. Don't really need the ignition on to run the bus anymore, but it's better if it is. Let's go in the puddle. Let's make sure we're not leaking from there. No, fuel flow is dry. Full fuel straight away. Now that, ladies and gentlemen, is quite an improvement. Has stopped leaking. feel a lot better. But like I said, if we stand here for long enough, I'll dry. Let's get it off this block. That is fucking brilliant. Who would have ever thought it, that something that's meant to aid the vehicle in fueling properly is the reason why it wouldn't fuel properly. Who would have thought it? Oh, my throttle linkage has just come off again. Must fix that. Oh, I would call that a resounding success. I really would. Our oil leak is in the bucket. And we know where the oil leak's coming from, so let me show you. Well, in here, I will shout, this gasket was replaced. At where we think the oil's coming from. It is something we're going to have to fix before the MOT, because that amount of oil drippage is not going to be good and not going to end well for anything. So yeah, I think minus this return screw in here, which is this one here, that injector needs replacing. So that's just a normal nut like that, instead of one of them. So the reason I said it was overfueling before is because all these injectors have a way of getting fuel that's not been burned or not required back down to the fuel tank. This cylinder does not. So all the fuel that comes through here, even if it's not required, has to go into the cylinder. Minor drawback. But it's running. And it's working. At last. So I think that will be called a success. So God for that. All that problem in it was just a fuel sediment bowl. Absolutely ridiculous. So that fuel sediment bowl must have either been letting air in or it's clogged. Now what we can do when it's a bit drier, so probably in the next episode, is we'll actually take it off the bus and inspect it and see why that caused it to break down into such a state that it wouldn't run. But at the moment it's running, it's happy, it's got coolant in it, it's got oil in it. Gearbox doesn't have enough oil in it, but that's on the job list of jobs to do. The controller reports it's 3 litres short. Well, 3 quarts because it's American. So, but right now my foot is swimming. I am soaking wet through. They want to go home in the car, don't blame them. I'd stay here a while longer and clean up a bit, and I've got the cab to put back together, because what we want to do with the cab is obviously the crank, that crank needs putting back in, but these lights need fitting in, and the dashboard needs physically screwing down to the thing. But I can show you in the cupboard to what needs to be done. Just shut the doors and find a T key. Oh, it feels good. Won't be long until we need fuel. But at least now we can look at an MOT and get it booked in. And then it's just a case of sorting out all this junk. So in here you undo, that one wasn't even locked. It's this. Neither of them are locked. How good! So in here, in this electrical mess, this is the crank relay up here that we fitted, because that's the crank wire. So the way that relay works is this wire here has a positive signal all the time, and when you turn the key is a negative signal normally to the Aladdin unit here, but because there's a gearbox fault, the Aladdin unit will not kick the starter in, so we've bypassed it. So this needs to have a positive connection on from like over here, so like on there, and when you turn the key it fires it. But I'm out of electrical bits, so this is my spare pile at the moment because it fell off the chair. Well, I can tell you though, this engine is idling far bloody better. Absolute massive improvement in the idling. It's idling like the dart we have in work, which idles better. And that's only a 4BT though, the one we have in work. This is a 6, so I have 2 extra cylinders. And probably in a drag race, to be fair, having 2 extra cylinders in this is not helping. I'd probably still lose, because that one in work has a better gearbox bits to do that connection there. I also have quite a leak on the dashboard. That's interesting. So So next time we'll also get the crank in. Next time we'll get the crank in, so it can be started from the cab again, and then we should be laughing again, really. It's just the little bits then. So let's lock this cover back up. Locked. And locked. All that wire coming out, that will also disappear in time. So yeah. So now it's been idling though now for a good couple of minutes. Say a good couple of minutes. About 10-15 minutes. Let's go and put full throttle down for our last test and see if that has done the trick. So back round here. Back over here. You've got a lift switch come off, so you've only got the lever now. See that? There was still a misfire in there, although it's a massive improvement to what we were getting. So we are on the right course for the problems. It's just a case of now finding the rest of them. There must be something else not quite right with one of these injectors at the back here. It could be simple factors are not done, but a way to find out easily. Take the side spanner, in this case it's 7 speed, and undo the injector. Oh, see how the engine changed tone? That means that injector is working and having an impact on the engine. Yeah, that was having an impact. Outside, so give it 2 minutes. Listen, slowly changing the exhaust. Did that injector twice then, and you didn't hear the engine tone change, so that indicates that cylinder 1 on this engine isn't doing very much. It could be blocked, it could be letting air in. It's definitely firing, but it's not firing as well as all the others. So we could only be on 5 cylinders at the moment, which might explain a lot. So we'll have to investigate why that one doesn't do anything. But for now, it's running again. So we'll have to see how it goes. But I think, I'm not too sure the firing order on this bus. But, so what I'll do is on the screen now, I'll put the firing order of the engine. And that might explain, I'm sure it's something like 3-1. I'm sure 1's quite early in the firing order, so that might explain why we're having the problems. But for now, that'll be everything. So I'd just like to take this opportunity to say thank you for watching. We do have a crowdfunder at the moment open for help to restore this engine and help restore with any costs that we're going to incur. So for example, like that injector, the original plan was to have the whole engine overhauled, but now we're actually looking at it and now we've managed to find a lot of the problems. It looks like we might not actually need that. So it's going to be a case of just bits and bobs, pipes and whatever, the injector that needs doing. So injector 5 needs doing, we might have to do injector 1 as well. So that's what it's going to help with. Links for that are just below in the description. I'm also going to, if I can, put a card on the screen now. Any help that you can provide is much appreciated. If you don't want to do the crowdfunder, but you've got a couple of quid that you'd like to donate to us, you can head over to the website www.mancbuses.com. At the top, if you're on a computer or either way in the menu, there's memberships and donations. You can become a member on Patreon or on YouTube for early access, director's cuts and what have you. That's all just been sorted out, so it's much better. That's £3 a month, or if you scroll all the way down to the bottom, there's a PayPal link where you can just, it's a donation link via PayPal. It's all legit. You get a receipt, and even if it's just £1, throw it in. It all makes a massive difference, and everything will obviously help to bring this bus back to order, as we've got a lot to do on it. But now this is nearly done, we can now start work on like cleaning it, because this back shelf is disgusting. We do have some merch. The merch link is down below. It's on Teespring. We have t-shirts, hats and other bits and bobs. We have a notebook and what have you. Again, anything is a great help to us, and other than that, just make sure you do subscribe, watch the videos, and if you like this one, you might like to take a look back and have a look through some of the others that we've done. We've owned many buses, and this one is going to be a definite keeper. Thank you so much for watching and your time and patience with this video, and we'll see you next time. Cheerio.
You can now find us on Facebook, YouTube, Patreon, Twitter and Instagram. Hashtag Mancbuses. Find us at mancbuses.com. Mancbuses, we're sorting scrap.